Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Real Talk. Of course, I am your host, Lunic, Boyd, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing this amazing actor. You guys all know him, of course. He's done Juice. He's worked with Spike Lee. He's working with some amazing producers and also some amazing actors. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you. How are you today?
I am fantastic. You weren't ready for that introduction, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just watching you do your thing, so I'm enthralled.
Thank you.
It's your effervescence.
Thank you. So tell me, what brings you to ECC and Real Talk today?
I came to talk to all these people standing that are off camera and to just to share some information. I didn't have anybody that I could talk to. I didn't go to a league school. I didn't go to Juilliard or anything. So when I came home to Newark, New Jersey, and I started acting, it was trial and error, and you get your T-shirt, get your headshots made, and I would go to New York and find a parking space for 45 minutes to go up to a casting office to get up there, and the sign would say, "Actors, slide your picture under the door." I spent more time looking for the parking space, so after a while I would park and walk, and then I learned the subway. Everything was trial and error. And so whenever I get opportunity to talk to people, young people that are trying to do it, try to pull their coat, and give them the benefit of my experience and maybe save them some time.
Eric, you know what I really loved, because I got a chance to sit in the audience and also on the panel with you today. I was appreciative of your experience, you not being able to share some of that transparency with the students, sharing what you've gone through and showing them that life is a lot easier today than it was for you, and for them to take advantage of some of the things that they're experiencing right now, how to really take the world, if I can say it, by the balls, and go out there and really, really live your truth, and coming from the era that you've come from, can you share the experience that you've had and how much more difficult or challenging that you may have felt that it is for actors today?
It was more challenging back then, first off, just by the fact that, there weren't a lot of stories. It wasn't a lot of opportunities for African-American actors, for actors of color, period. So that's changed in the 20-some-odd, 30-some-odd years that I've been working in the industry, as has the technology.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah, I'm old, but anyway. So as has the technology, like, we're shooting this camera that's shooting us now is a 35mm camera that also shoots video, right? When I first got my Canon 35mm, it wasn't shooting no videos. So
Oh, wow.
The process was back in the day. You shot on film. People had to get the film developed, had to wait for the film to get developed, to come back from the developer, watch the dailies. Now you can see what you shot immediately, and people can literally edit in the camera. So
How difficult was that? Because sometimes if you don't get the scene, what if it's messed up, or whether you have to reshoot it, are the actors and everybody on crew on set for longer hours or they may have to come back because you didn't get the scene the way the director or the producer may have had it in their mind?
there's people that can lose their jobs
Wow.
because maybe the assistant camera person pulled focus the wrong way, or maybe the film was flagged or got exposed, so a lot of different things can happen. Plus, I think back then you needed a lot more people to make a film.
Right.
Now you can do it with a smaller crew. Depending on, obviously, people that are in film school have small crews, but
And maybe now more cost effective?
yeah, it's more cost effective. And you have a direct outlet now with the internet and technology. You don't need to go and beg somebody to distribute your movie.
Right.
You have a lot of these film festivals in the world now, which is good. But also, it's like, for example, Dolomite, the new Eddie Murphy movie,
Right.
being released for 2 weeks so they can get considered for an Oscar contention, and they're going to go to Netflix.
Wow.
Because now not a lot of people got big screen TVs. They're sitting at home watching these movies. So it's a direct outlet. Now people can make something. If you have your own website, if you have a bunch of people that are following you on your Facebook, you can make your little short movie and say, "Hey, everybody, check out this movie I did."
Right.
Direct distribution. So that cuts out the studios and the networks. And so now that's why a lot of them have streaming services and they have all of these different platforms. So.
Let me ask you, on in terms of making things happen a lot quicker, we know that it is a lot easier for our generation, the millennials, to be able to do this a lot faster. What advice would you give? Because you've met so many amazing people, and sometimes they don't necessarily, feel comfortable approaching these big celebrities. What advice would you give them coming out of the gate that are hungry, that want to get into this business? What would you say that you would have told your younger self with an opportunity that we have today?
It's ironic you say that because I've had stories in my mind for years that I haven't actually sat down and written. And when I tell my friends, how about this pitch, this story? They're like, don't tell me any more stories because you won't sit down and write them, won't do them. So that's the challenge that I'm forcing myself to do. But I say go for it. Don't wait. Don't waste any time. Because when you get a little older, like we talked about in the classroom, you talked about 4 years going by fast. Try 10 years going by fast, man. I'm telling you, when you get past 25, 30,
Right.
just like those shots when you see the pages turning.
Right.
So don't waste any time. And when you can work.
Can you just tell us 3 of your favorite films, just the names of them, and please tell us, how do we stay in touch with you?
Okay. First, I have to say, I was going to say some other films, but I'm going to go ahead and say a film I was in called School Days because I went to a historically black college.
Everybody knows School Days, right? Everybody knows Spike Lee.
Yeah,
Okay.
old Spike Lee movie, if you don't know about the first time that black colleges were depicted on film. And for me, it was a slice of my life. I lived it, and it was really a great experience. Met a lot of people that are now huge stars. They've always been stars. Fishburne, Giancarlo Esposito, Branford Marcellus, Bill Nunn, Sam Jackson.
He dropping names.
So,
he name dropping, y'all.
Yeah, but don't be afraid to talk about people you work with.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I hesitate to do that, but it's the truth. I work with these guys and they're friends of mine. Yeah.
Legacy building, absolutely.
But another favorite movie of mine is The Godfather, of course.
Wait, you were in The Godfather?
No, I wasn't in The Godfather. Check her out. She's got jokes.
I was getting ready to
though.
go.
If I
Okay.
was in The Godfather, that would be it. But
Right.
The Godfather is another favorite movie of mine. More recent favorite movie of mine is a movie called Snatch
Oh, yeah.
by Guy Ritchie,
Yeah.
filmmaker Guy Ritchie. And there's a number of them that don't come to mind. Malcolm X, not because I was in it, just because it was a story of Malcolm X and Denzel's performance, especially working with him and watching him turn into Malcolm X
Right.
was really something to behold. It was incredible.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for sharing with us, for sharing with Real Talk, for sharing with our students today. Again, guys, thank you, Eric, for joining us, and thank you for watching another
Eric Payne
episode.
_actor
I'm
is
sorry.
my
Yes, you were
Instagram
supposed to share that. And
and
we're
my
going to put that
Facebook,
in the
Eric
lower
Payne,
third, too.
actor Eric Payne on Facebook.
So actor Eric Payne on
IMDb.
Facebook. Oh, and you can also look him up on IMDb. Thank you for watching Real Talk. I'm your host, Lunic A. Boyd. Until next week.
Thank you, Lily.
You're welcome.